there's a time and there's a change that we need to resist with all our might. The evil one wants us to change, but he doesn't want us to change in the right way. Sometimes it's easier to go his way, to change his way. This says, put on the armor of God so that when you've done all, stand. Don't let people move you. Don't let people tell you that, oh, the earth is 900 bajillion, quadrillion years old and God could not have created it in 7 days. My Bible says he created it in 7 days. Stand. Draw your line in the sand and be done with it. Get on, get off, get right, get left, make a decision, stand for Jesus Christ. Stand up and say, you know what? Come what may, I've got an anchor right here. I've got an anchor and I'm not moving from it. Church doesn't have an anchor. If they had an anchor, they wouldn't be changing so dramatically in the last 15 years. Unless we believe that God's beliefs have changed, the church doesn't need to be changing. It just needs to be real. It just needs to stand on the truth and the promises of this book. I believe Greater Love Church can make a difference in this community. I believe Greater Love Baptist Church has all of the pieces in place to make an impact. But what's going to happen is the world's going to look at us and they're going to evaluate what they see. And the world doesn't judge like God does your Christianity. That's where we make a mistake. The world judges Christianity too. See, God, he looks down, he just sees Jesus or he sees sin. It's that simple. It's not that simple for the world. The world looks at you and I, and they see us. Does it look like Jesus, or does it look like sin? If we want to make a change, if we want others to change, if we want to really be, the choice is ours. Do we want to make an impact? Do we want to have, we've got Folsom the Caymans right now. That's awesome. That's a representation of this church. I'm excited about the young people Sunday school class. I'm excited about Ecclesia. I'm excited about Ecclesia Saturday nights. Excited about just the people here in this church. It's just a great place to be. Great folks to be around. But we can still make change. We can still do better. Last thing that I'm going to read. Hebrews chapter 13. Starting in verse 7. Remember your leaders and supervisors who brought to you the word of God. Observe attentively and consider their manner of living and imitate their faith. Their conviction that God exists and is the creator and ruler of all things, the provider and bestower of eternal salvation through Christ, and their learning of the entire human personality of God. That's a recap of what, and that's just a parenthetical statement in my Bible, kind of like a study tool that is recapping what he's been saying in Hebrews all along. Imitate these heroes of the faith. Hebrews chapter 11 is chock full of them. If you turn to Hebrews chapter 11 and read that thing, you will see verse after verse after verse of people to imitate in your life for faith. Faith, faith, faith. Jesus Christ is always the same, yesterday, today, and forever. Do not be carried about by different and varied alien teachings, for it is good for the heart to be established and ennobled and strengthened by means of grace, and not foods which bring no benefit or profit to those who observe them. See, he never changes. We change, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. He never changes. My encouragement to everyone here, think about your life in relationship to Jesus Christ. If you are saved, think about it in terms of your relationship to Jesus Christ. Talk to him. People think I'm nuts when I say this. I told a guy at work, and he thought I was crazy. But, man, I can talk to my God. I can be driving down the road in my car, and I can say, Jesus, I'm having a bad day, and I really need you to set my attitude straight. I can do that. Do we have a relationship with Jesus Christ, or is he just something that we kind of just can't quite get to? Folks under persecution, the church thrives under persecution. Why? Because people understand that they've got to change their life. Jesus Christ, because it's all they have. They don't have anything else to hold on to. You know? They don't have American Idol on Tuesday and Survivor on Thursday. I mean, you want truth? You know? They can't watch people ruin their marriage on Wednesday night and, you know, come back and watch a dance competition on Monday night. Do we read our Bibles? Do we really dig into the Word? Do we get to know Him, or do we get to know everything that the world offers? I fall short. I fall short. I just want to encourage you this morning. If you're here this morning and you are not saved, and I go out on a limb here, but I believe if you're not saved, you know you're not saved. If you're in this church. Maybe not everywhere, but in this church, if you're here and you're not saved, it's because you know you're not saved and you don't want to be saved. But I would encourage you, if you're here and you're not saved, make the change. Make the change. Oh, it might be, you might think it's embarrassing. Well, what would all the people in church think? I mean, Greater Love's a small church. I mean, well, Patricia didn't know I'm not really saved. Good night. You don't have to duck around. If you get saved, people are going to be excited. Make a change before it's too late. It's appointed unto man once to die, and then the judgment. Period. And I'll tell you this, if you have Jesus Christ, your judgment's going to be a lot different than other folks, because if you don't have Him, God's going to put all your good deeds over here, He's going to put all your bad deeds over here, and that's going to explode. It don't sound pretty, it don't sound cute. It's not pretty, and it's not cute. I'm not going to try to make it cute and pretty. I'm not going to have a little devil sitting on one shoulder with little red horns and then a little angel on the other. That's not how it works. Presented with the gospel of Jesus Christ, you decide what you do with that. I've heard George present it. I've heard Matt present it.